These are the top 5 underrated loadouts in Star Wars Hunters. And you might not know many of the things I'm about to mention. But also, I don't know everything about everything. So before we start, I invite you to tell me in the comments which loadout do you think is underrated. By the way, these loadouts are in no particular order, but they can all be game changers. So let's go! So we know there are amazing loadouts, which hands down everyone will recommend. We can think of High Yield for Slingshot, Escape for Reef, or Rattled for J3DI. But this is something I bet you haven't tried before. So at number 5, we got a loadout which basically sucked so much that many people didn't realize it got buffed after the latest update around a decade ago, and it is Overcharge. Before this ancient patch, Overcharge used to buff the damage to the Arc Caster, but it was still ridiculous because the Arc Caster itself used to be worse. Now, not only does the Arc Caster deal more damage, it gets even more buff with this loadout, with a bonus damage to the Pulse Blaster when switching back to it. Considering Utoni is the damage character that deals less damage, this is a good situation in every way, and if you want an even better experience, you can combine it with Core and Zapping for destroying everything on your path. Now people, we might think that the perfect loadout for J3DI is Rattled, Precision and Critical, and I think it is pretty awesome. But wouldn't you want, instead of just being a killing machine, also take immense amount of damage? Well, I present to you God, and not only the ability itself is awesome, because it blocks around 80% of stuff thrown at you, but now you can also have a damage reduction of 70% from the rest of the 20% of hate thrown at you. And it is true because it is proven by statistics. Okay, but in all seriousness, yes, it reduces an outstanding 70% damage from unblockable attacks. How amazing is that? You can use your robot body for even more time.
There is no death. There is only repair.
Okay, now I need you to use your imagination here, because the next ability is like having your own sprocket. Yes, that cute fish in the palm of your hand and throwing it on the ground while you watch it violently explode into dust and get this awesome feeling of rejuvenation on the go. And it is for the number 1 and most amazing hunter in the game, Zaina. Refugee might sound hard to use at first, and I get the point. Most people wouldn't realize you're using Refugee, but I believe they can have enough intelligence to realize the green dust is healing you. Just like standing near a sprocket turret heals you. Well, Refugee is a sprocket but better, because it can heal an immense amount of HP, even more than Intensive. How amazing is that? Now, if you want a piece of any so-called range damage hunter, you just need to stay in your beautiful cloud and shoot back at them. They can only dream of killing a moving Zaina who is also constantly healing. And of course, this loadout has its drawbacks, as using it in open fields will be a lot harder, but just give it a try on escort mode and see for yourself the anger building in the enemy team. Next one is Diffuse for Utuni and Spread for Slingshot. Oh yeah, such a good ability. So useful, so perfect indeed, no arguments needed.
Oh, by the way, I was being sarcastic.
Well, duh.
But I'm good at telling the truth, and I will tell you now that it will mean a lot if you give a like to the video and subscribe if you haven't. And that will make me happy for at least 10 minutes, and not to write another crazy script for you to enjoy. Enough with the jokes, so let's go, beautiful people. At number 2 we have an amazing loadout, but please, let's not tell the Wookiee in the room about it, because he can get all defensive. Get it? Okay, I'm sorry. I know I said no more jokes, let's continue. So defensive has always been my go-to loadout for Stampede, because of how amazing it feels to be unstoppable. You can go through any ability or ultimate, nothing can or will stop you, well, at least 99% of things. I'll trade 20 HP damage any day for being the Alpha Wookiee and conquering every ability or ultimate. Except for Utoni's Death Star, because it basically destroys entire planets. And at number 1 we have the most unexpected and truly made by the gods themselves for Sentinel's Power Slam. And it can basically counter scary abilities like Gross Stampede, J3DI Fox Pull, but also the most scary ultimate in the game, Reefs, and also the least scary ultimate in the game, Slingshots. This loadout is called Bash. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You no need to charge it, and it also doesn't deal like almost any damage, but hear me out. I have had multiple testing done. This loadout is a blessing in disguise, because you can literally charge it before any stunning ability gets you, and you will still land your hit, even stunning your opponent if you charge it for enough time. What a beautiful counter. But of course, it's not only that. You will stun your opponent in any other situation for at least 2 seconds, and that time being stunned in this game means you will get defeated even if you are playing as the character with most health in the game. You can even stun entire enemy teams. You can even stun your annoying neighbors with it. How amazing is that? Listen, I know it sucks that we haven't had an update in a long time, but it is also a great opportunity to try new things, so go for it. It is now the time to have fun, because we love Star Wars Hunters. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Galen here, see you in the arena, my friends.